Hello, hope you guys are doing well. We've got a lesson today on trapezoids and kites. There's a Google slide activity that goes along with this, and we're going to pause the video about halfway through and work on the trapezoid parts, and then we're going to go back and finish the notes on kites, and then you can go back and finish up the activity, the kites part of the activity. So, all right, let's get started. So trapezoids are quadrilaterals. They have two bases, and those two bases are going to be parallel to each other. They're different lengths, the bases are, but they are parallel. The other two sides are called legs. They are not going to be parallel. And they might be the same length, or they might be different lengths. So the angles in the trapezoid are called base angles. We group them together as base angles. So A and B are a pair of base angles because they're attached to this base. And then angle D and angle C are base angles. A pair of them, they're attached to this base. Now, something that happens with every trapezoid, angle A and angle D are going to be supplementary, the two angles that are attached to this leg. Supplementary again means they add up to 180. Same thing is going to happen with these two angles. Angle B and angle C, they're attached to this leg, so they are going to be supplementary. So if you add them together, you get 180. It does not mean that D and C have to be the same or that A and B have to be the same. They might be the same, but they don't have to be. All right, so this is a trapezoid. We've got one pair of parallel sides. So if we were trying to find the other two angles, since we know that this one is 50, this one's going to be 130 because 180 minus 50 is 130. If this angle is 60, what is this one going to be? That's right, 120, because 180 minus 60 is 120. All right, there are some special kinds of trapezoids. They are called isosceles trapezoids. And just like an isosceles triangle, isosceles trapezoids have two sides that are congruent. And it's going to be the two legs that are congruent. The other thing that happens with these, just like isosceles triangles, these two angles are also going to be congruent. So if this is isosceles, and that's what these congruence marks mean on the legs, it means it's isosceles, then these two angles are going to be congruent, A and B, and D and C are going to be congruent. You can turn that around, and if you know that one of the pairs of base angles is congruent, then that's going to mean it has to be isosceles. So the legs are going to be congruent also. So if either pair, if you know that A and B, this pair of base angles are congruent, or if you know that this pair of base angles are congruent, then that means it has to be isosceles. If it's isosceles, then the diagonals are going to be congruent. It's a little different from a rectangle. Rectangles also have diagonals that are congruent, but in isosceles trapezoids, the diagonals do not bisect each other. So if we add this piece and this piece to the diagonal, 3 plus 5 is 8. And if we add this 3 and this 5 for this other diagonal, we get 8. So AC and DB are going to be congruent, but they don't cut each other in half. So now we're going to try and find the missing parts of this, all the missing parts of this trapezoid. So we know a couple things. We know that angle E is 95 degrees, and we know that CE, which is one of the diagonals, is 10. That means that if CE is 10, that's this diagonal, and this is an isosceles trapezoid, then DF is also going to be 10. All right, how about angle D? Well, what do you think? Angle E is 95 degrees. Since this is an isosceles trapezoid, the base angles are congruent. So that means angle D is going to be 95 degrees also. Angle C, since we know that angle D is 95 degrees, these two are going to be supplementary. So we do 180 minus 95 and you get 85. And then the only one left is angle F. Well, if we know that angle C is 85 degrees, then angle F is also going to be 85 degrees. So now this one we're going to have to write some equations. First, let's take a look at what we know about this trapezoid. It is a trapezoid that also tells us that it's isosceles. And even if it didn't tell us in the instructions here, we've got congruence marks on the legs. So that means it's isosceles. So what's kind of special about the isosceles triangle and their angles is these two angles, this pair of base angles have to be supplementary. This pair of base angles have to be, this pair of base angles are congruent. And this pair of base angles are congruent. So if we want to find x, we just write an equation that says 12x equals 132. And then we solve that and you get 11 for x. For y, we're going to make this 5y minus 2 is going to be equal to 48. And then when we solve that equation, we get y equals 10. Sort of like what we learned about triangles, trapezoids have a mid-segment also. And it's the average of the two bases. It's also parallel to the bases. So this mid-segment, MN, is going to be parallel to these two bases, and it's the average of those two. So to find the average of two numbers, you add them together. So 8 plus 14. We divide it by 2, since there's two numbers that we're averaging, and you get 11. All right, so we've got a trapezoid here. It is not, you don't see anything on here that indicates it's isosceles. We're going to try and find the mid-segment and a couple of other angles. So, let's see, TB, that's the mid-segment. What two numbers would we add together, or would we average together to find the mid-segment? All right, we're going to do 16 plus 10, and then divide that by 2. That gives you 26. 26 divided by 2 is 13, so our mid-segment is 13. And then the measure of angle K. Well, in every trapezoid, these two angles are going to be supplementary. So to find angle K, we subtract 65 from 180, and we get 115. And then right to left. Since we know that AC is 12, and this is the mid-segment, it means it splits this into two equal parts. So AT and TC are both 6. All right, so if we had a field here, this little word problem, and the black lines, that's the fence that goes all the way around the whole field. we want to build another piece of the fence that connects the two midpoints. So that would be the mid segment. So how would we find out how long this part of the fence would be? To find the mid segment, you average the two bases. So 400 plus 480 divided by 2, we get 440. So now we're going to pause the video here, practice some of these problems on this Google slide assignment called Trapezoids and Kites. Do the trapezoid part, and then we'll come back to the video and learn about some kites, and then we'll do the kite part. All right, so this is a section on kites. Okay. Not all kites look like this, but this geometric shape that we call kites, all the geometric kite shapes look like this. But real kites don't all look like this shape. So kites have two pairs of consecutive sides that are congruent. In the parallelograms, the opposite sides are congruent. In the kites, the consecutive sides. So we've got this pair of sides that are consecutive. They're next to each other. They're going to be congruent. And then we've got another pair over here that are congruent. It's got a few other kites have a couple other properties we're going to talk about. Their diagonals are perpendicular. They've got one pair of opposite angles that are congruent. And that pair of congruent angles, they're not bisected, but the pair of angles in the kite that are not congruent, like in this kite, angle G and angle J, they're bisected by the diagonal. So we have two congruent angles here, two congruent angles there. In a kite, this triangle, if we look at just this triangle here, it's an isosceles triangle. So that means these angles are congruent. And then we've got another isosceles triangle over here. So that means these two angles are congruent. And all of these are little triangles here, are right triangles. And this one diagonal, HK, is going to be bisected. So this HP is congruent to PK. So if we're trying to find these missing angles here, angle S, these are the two angles that are congruent. So that's going to be 125. For the other ones, we're going to have to add all of these angles together, and it's supposed to equal 360. So you add all four of those angles, make it equal to 360, and then solve that equation. We get x equals 40. So angle T is 40 degrees. And then for angle R, we just take that 40, substitute it in for the x. 40 plus 30 is 70. All right, so we got another dad joke for the day. How do you make a tissue dance? That's right, you put a little boogie in it. So, yeah. Hey, they're dad jokes. They're not supposed to be great. All right, so now go back and complete the kites part of the Google Slides assignment. And we'll see you later.